Hey everyone, I'm doing a video about why you should not care what somebody's sun sign is, because really sun signs, they don't matter. Sun signs you really shouldn't care about. You really shouldn't judge people off of their sun signs. Let's say you're in a relationship, because I know there's probably some people out there that go on dates and they say, like, what's your sign? And if their sign isn't compatible with yours, they'll just dump you right away. Do not do not do that. Do not do that. You know why? Because sun signs, they barely mean anything out of the whole equation. Because out of the whole equation of a natal chart reading, that's only one little thing. One little thing. That's like a little downfall. You really have to understand that. It's just like, let's say, you are a girl and you meet a Capricorn guy, and you are a Scorpio. You meet a Capricorn guy. That's good. That's a good compatibility. But let's say their moon sign is in Aries. That's a bad compatibility, because that means that their emotions won't connect with yours unless your moon is compatible with their moon. See, it just goes on and on and on. Like, you can't just be compatible in sun signs. You have to be compatible in moon signs. You have to be compatible a little bit in Mercury, all that stuff, to find the perfect someone. That's why it's so hard, and that's why we're all different. That's why, like, you see on celebrities, like, some people that like Scorpio and Taurus go out, then they dump each other. Or why a Taurus is going out with a Gemini, Enrique Iglesias, and I forgot that girl's name. I'm so jealous of her, by the way. I love you, Enrique Iglesias. I'm your biggest fan. I love you so much. You're so hot. But anyways, that's the reason why. Maybe their natal chart readings are the same, even though you may think, well, they're Gemini and Taurus. I thought they didn't get along. Down the list of the natal chart reading, it could be very different. That makes them get along, makes them have that connection. You know, their Mercury, he could have Libra in Mercury, and then she could have Aquarius in Mercury. That already sparks their communication, which makes them last. Even if their Venus isn't connecting, the communication is. So that's why they'll make it last. But then they may dump each other along the lines, but they won't do it for a while, because communication and relationships, it's a big thing. Also, I've noticed that more often people don't really use words to describe, like, feelings of others or how you're feeling. People usually do body language or body language or face movements, you know, like if you look someone like this or like that, that can mean like you think they're weird, you're mad or something. But if you just say, I'm mad at you, they could have a ton of reasons. They could be like, is she lying? Is she telling the truth? Or if somebody says, I like what you're wearing, you could also be like, is she lying? Is she telling the truth? If she smiles at your clothes, you think she likes them. You know what I'm saying? That's how people tell others. So I just wanted to tell you guys that. Don't ever do that. Please don't ever do that. Don't ever go on like a blind date or something and ever ask the guy or the girl what's your sign, and if their sun sign, because that's what they're giving you, isn't compatible with yours, do not just dump them flat out. Do not just dump them. There's far more meaning to them than you think. And also, you could also feel it. If you feel like you like them and then you're like, but their signs are different, I have to leave them. Don't do that. That's your brain thinking. It's not what you're feeling inside, all right? That's what the brain is thinking. That's what you're thinking. It won't work out because of that. No. First of all, you need to look up his natal thingy. You need to get his natal thingy and compare it to your natal thingy. You both need to line them up, connect the dots, and say, well, all of this seems pretty good, so I'm going to stay with this person. Don't ever use the sun signs, people, because really, sun signs, they do not matter at all. That's why, like, so many websites are like, sun signs, like, they don't mean anything. Barely. I don't even know what sun signs mean. What? They're the inner you? Who cares? There's so many other things like communication, love, lifetime experiences, luck, like Jupiter. I don't know, Saturn has something, Uranus has something. All that stuff goes into it. So don't do that ever, because I've heard of so many people that did that. Like, One time this girl didn't go out with a guy she was a Scorpio. She didn't go out with a guy because he was an Aquarius. And then it was really sad because she actually said that she liked the guy. And it's sad because maybe they did have a connection on their natal chart reading. Just she thought that because of their sun sign. This is what you need to do. You need to get rid of astrology. For the first time you meet the person, you need to get rid of it. You need to feel how you feel. If you feel comfortable around that person, you need to try it out. And then once you feel comfortable enough, go ahead. If you see any problems in the relationship, look that stuff up. And then if you see a lot of things wrong, say, hey, maybe this won't work out. Maybe I'll just waste my time at the end of this. And then you could probably dump them. But that's only if you see a lot of different things. Like if their Aries is in Moon and yours is in Cancer, that's a bad sign right there. Because that means they won't fit your emotional needs because their sign isn't compatible with yours at all. They won't fit your emotional needs. You won't understand them emotionally. And it'll be a bad relationship or communication. If it's the same thing, Cancer is in Moon and theirs is in Aries. They won't understand your communicational needs. They won't get you. And the relationship will fall apart. See, like communication, love, and emotions are like what builds a strong relationship. If you ever want a really strong relationship, I suggest you look at those three things. Look at Mercury, Venus, and the Moon. And if he's compatible with those, I say the relationship is good enough to get married. All the others, don't care. Like, honestly, don't care about them. Because that's just like, what? I heard Jupiter meant your luck. Who cares? Who cares what their luck is? I don't care. Just look at that. Just look at that. Seriously, look at those three planets. And also, like, make sure that they fit your physical needs for attractiveness. If they're attractive, that's also good. And yeah, just do what you feel at the first point. Don't ever think about anything else. So, like going out with someone the first time, don't ask them what their sign is. Don't do that because first of all, that looks weird. First of all, they'll think you're a big astro freak. Even though you are, don't say it the first time you meet them because they barely know you and they'll take a past judgment on you and think of that even though you're not. So just don't do that because I've heard of people that do that and it just sucks. They're just alone in life because they do that. Sun signs, forget about them. Don't worry about them at all, really. Like, don't. Unless, like, your sun signs are, like, I don't know, Aquarius and Pisces are, like, Aquarius. No, actually, no. Just don't give a crap about the sun signs. Because even if your sun signs aren't compatible, there could still be a ton of other things that are compatible. I just wanted to say that. And if any of you guys need a natal chart reading from somebody you're interested in or you, just contact me. Just leave me a message. I will give you it so fast. I promise you. I'm also sorry I haven't been making videos. School has been really hard and annoying. But we have spring break next week, so I will be free sometimes during next week. So I could give you guys any natal chart readings you want. Just message me or leave me on the comment. I'll totally do it. Thank you so much for even looking at my channel. Thank you so much. I love you all. All of you 12 or 11 subscribers. Love you all. Bye.